Welcome to MojoPlays. To kick off the launch of our brand new channel, check out some of our favorite videos from WatchMojo's huge library of gaming content. Then, click on the link in the description below to head over to our Suggest page and vote on how you would have ranked this list. Multiplayer can be great fun, just not with these weapons in play. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 overpowered multiplayer weapons in video games.
That's how you do it. Good kill.
For this list, we're scanning the world of multiplayer-focused video games in search of those guns, blades, explosive, and assorted weaponry that are extremely powerful, especially for the player's given situation or circumstance. These aren't necessarily bad weapons, just somewhat excessive when used. Number 10, the Hammer, Super Smash Bros. Series. Hammer time, this is not. From the original Super Smash Bros. On the N64 onward, the hammer pickup has been the aid to those fast enough to grab it, and a detriment to everyone else. The player character enters a repetitious state of hammering for 7.5 seconds, with anyone hit by the hammer suffering severe damage. A hammer blow means an almost instant knockout for damaged players, so keep your distance if you can. Number 9, Thunderbolt, Mario Kart series. Since the early days of Mario's karting adventures, this item has cursed players. Received only by racers in or near last place in a given race, the Thunderbolt is effectively an ace in the hole, shrinking down every racer on the track except the one who used it, of course. Thus, last place players are given a chance to catch up, while everyone else is rendered both slower and more vulnerable to spinning out when struck. Those frustrated by their friends using the Thunderbolt against them can rest assured that they only picked it up because they were losing. Number 8, Proximity Mines, GoldenEye 007. One of the 3 mine types available in GoldenEye, the Proximity Mine is certainly an interesting addition. These explosives can be thrown and put to use as a hands-off surprise attack, which can be devastating to unwitting players.
Don't worry, I place proximity mines all over this place.
Excellent. Do you remember where?
No.
Multiplayer matches featuring proximity mines as the sole weapons are not uncommon, with instantaneous deaths abounding and fear of being caught off guard very prevalent. It's such a fun idea and such a chaotic and overpowered result.
Oh, proximity mines!
Number 7, the Cerebral Bore, Turok 2, Seeds of Evil. Nothing like an unavoidable weapon to make things interesting, right? Well, that's what players were given with the Cerebral Bore, a firearm of unknown origin with a lock-on feature. If it successfully locks onto an enemy, its fired projectile latches onto the enemy's head and begins drilling in a gruesome fashion. With regards to multiplayer, this weapon makes quick work of one's foes and can be difficult to avoid once it's obtained a lock. At least it's slow to use, giving you some time to get out of the way. Number 6, the Concrete Donkey, Worm series. Fear the donkey, for it brings devastation wherever it bounces. Since the final expansion to the original Worms game, Worms the Director's Cut, players have had the dubious honor of utilizing the Concrete Donkey weapon. Exactly as it sounds. This sturdy statue-like item is dropped from the sky and then smashes through the landscape until it hits the water. Should any teams of worms be caught underneath, they're likely to suffer hundreds of points of damage, or suffer a watery fate. It's definitely a spectacle, that's for sure.
That was so easy.
Number 5, Splat Rollers, Splatoon. Even Nintendo's ink-themed take on third-person shooters isn't immune to a little imbalance. For example, there exists the Splat Roller. By all accounts, a standard roller weapon with which players can coat maps with ink. However, its more than impressive ability to spread ink faster than any other weapon gives it something of an unfair advantage. Additionally, it comes with the ability to spray ink at opponents in close range with a wide spread, which can be particularly annoying when players use squid mode to sneak up on their enemies. Number 4. Knife. Call of Duty series.
Lightning strike awaiting coordinates.
First introduced as the player's primary melee weapon in 2007's Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, the knife has become something of a legend, though not always for great reasons. Whether in the online suite or in campaign mode, players using the knife can very easily obtain instant kill after instant kill.
UAV on standby.
On top of that, perks that add extra speed and knife range make this simple weapon into an absolute terror, no matter how big your gun is.
Single shooter.
Anyone who sprayed their weapon into an enemy's belly only to have them lunge forward and insta-kill you with a knife knows the frustration this contentious mechanic is known for.
Eyes on enemy. UAV awaiting orders.
Number 3. AWP. Counter-Strike series. Known by a few names, Arctic Warfare Police, Magnum Sniper Rifle, or just AWP for short, this gun is virtually guaranteed to leave death in its wake. Though it is arguably a balanced and integral part of the Counter-Strike experience, anyone who's been on the receiving end of this one-hit kill machine has wished it wasn't, especially if the user was switch glitching. One shot from the op is basically a guaranteed insta-kill, providing they're hit anywhere but the legs. Known to players for its terrifying and distinctive report, the op puts the boom back in boom headshot. Number 2. The pistol. Halo Combat Evolved. Though many have fallen to the sheer power of the energy sword, this particular firearm stands out a fair bit more. As one of the first weapons available for use in Halo Combat Evolved, the pistol, known in full as the M6D Personal Defense Weapon System, packs quite a punch. In fact, the gun's long-range scope, sheer force when fired, and semi-automatic nature make for some imbalanced multiplayer battles.
Double kill.
Developer Bungie has said that there was a lot of back and forth about the pistol's intended power before Combat Evolved was released, with a last-minute code change granting the gun its infamous strength.
Double kill. Triple kill.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. Farsight XR20. Perfect Dark. Well, at least the name's appropriate. Rare's turn-of-the-millennia first-person shooter Perfect Dark, known in large part for its elaborate and high-quality multiplayer suite, has quite the lineup of weapons. One weapon of note is the Farsight XR20, a shoulder-mounted railgun which can see through walls with X-ray vision, and can also shoot through any object, resulting in instant kills. Combined with its absurd secondary mode that seeks out targets anywhere on the map, and the Farsight is the very definition of unfair. Do you agree with our list?
No one else will.
What multiplayer weapons do you feel are overpowered? For more balanced top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com. Thanks for watching Mojo Plays. Be sure to subscribe and click on the link in the description below to check out our suggestion page and vote on what content you'd like to see us cover next.